Hello, hello, hello. Hi, this is Deborah Austin, and welcome to my weekly show called Midlife Marriage Magic. As I said, my name is Deborah Austin, and I am a life coach and marriage strategist, and I empower Black women to discover their truth and thrive while in a midlife marriage. And so I am coming to you on a weekly basis now to share with you a little bit about me and a little bit about my business so that you can determine whether or not I am here for you. And I will say that I'm here for you if you are a Black woman that in your midlife range. And I consider your midlife to be if you are mid to late 40s and up, if you are possibly about to be an empty nester or maybe retiring soon, or like you're preparing for this next stage of your life and you are married and you want to stay married. And if you are at a crossroads and you're not sure about that, I can work with you regarding that as well. So, what I wanted to do today is to give you a little information about what I am doing as far as my business is going to be doing for the month of September. Now, I will say if you catch the replay, please comment, let me know that you are here. I am in the process of, building my followers and building my business. And so it's important for me to know when you have an opportunity to meet here so that, if I need to change my time, I may be able to do that, or just give me some information on things that are of a concern for you. So, going forward for the month of September, as I said, I am here every Sunday at 4 p.m. and I can give you the topics of conversation for the next 4 months. We're going to be looking at the month of September. My theme is your purpose, your calling. So, what are some things that you're going to need to do in order to discover that for yourself? A lot of that is going to include time alone or self discovery or possibly some visualization or maybe even some things that you've never thought about doing before. And if that is the case, then that is good. Because at this point, I want you to begin to stretch in ways that you possibly have never stretched before. And I will share with you that a lot of people go through their lives based on what they think they are supposed to do or what someone else has shared that they think that that's what they ought to do, or they're just following what everybody else in their family has done and all the other people that are in their circle. That's what they do. They're all doing the same kinds of things, and some people really just haven't given any thought to whether or not that's something that they actually want to do. And so, as a life coach, I try to encourage my clients to think more broadly than they ever have before. And so, this month, I'm going to be focusing on, as I said, your purpose and your calling. And I want to share with you the topics, as I said, for the next 4 Sundays. So today we're going to be discussing a little later some visualization techniques and how they can be beneficial to you. Next week will be tips to discover your life's purpose. Then we'll talk about mistakes to avoid when following your passion. And then the last week, we're going to be talking about signs it's time to adjust. And all of these things have to do with who you are now, who are you becoming, who do you want to be in this next phase of your life and this next phase of your marriage. You may have discovered that things are a little bit different for you at this point. When you think about how things were when you were in your 20s or your 30s, the things that you think about and value in life may be very different than what you value and think about now. And you may not have made any adjustments to your life to include your new thoughts and your new visions and your new dreams. And so I am here to help you to come up with a plan and come up with strategies in order to bring those new visions and dreams to fruition. So that's what life coaches do. They help you to get from where you are to where you want to go. So these are the things that I'm going to be looking at with you, as I said, during the month of September. So I will be providing you with different opportunities to learn and have conversation and for discussion. I will be providing you with strategies, with ways that you can think about doing things differently. So, one of the things that I did want to talk to you about today, well, actually, there are three. I'm going to share with you three, and I'm looking for my notes to make sure that I don't forget anything. Three easy visualization techniques to help you find your true purpose in life. So, that's what we are going to talk about today. So, when you think about visualization, um, I just want you to think about it for a little bit because you may not be real familiar with actually what it is, what it entails, and how to do it. So, if you have ever meditated or if anyone has just ever told you, just think about, close your eyes and think about what it would be like if you were blank. That's really what visualization is. And there are different types, but they are all intended to bring you the same results. And that means those things that you want to have in your life. So again, when you're looking for change in your life, you want to find some purpose or something, you want to be able to have the opportunity to visualize what it is that you are thinking and talking about. So you want to think about how knowing how to visualize the outcome that you desire, that will help you. That will help you to become stronger, happier, and more effective, and a more effective person in achieving the things that you want to achieve, help you to reach your life's goals. So, the first technique that I want to talk to you about is called the treasure map technique. And it's actually, when I was doing my research on this to fill you in on it, this one was a little bit different for me, only because I'm not an artist. Not I don't consider myself to be a true artist. I may be able to like do the artworks that that women, well, people participate in, where they kind of start it for you and then you add, you add your paint. But as far as me having a blank sheet of paper and being able to draw, that's not me. But I will say that this one, let me just share it with you first, and then I will share with you some ways that you can, kind of adapt it if you are like me and you are not a very good artist. So, as I said, it's called the treasure map technique, and it involves using both a physical component as well as your mental component. Because remember, we are talking about thinking and visualizing in your mind's eye how you want things to be, what you want to achieve. So let's say that you were in school and you wanted to do well on an exam. You might draw yourself sitting, taking the test, visualizing maybe what the topics are, some of the questions are, because you are going to do what you need to do in order to bring this truth to fruition. So visualization doesn't make things happen just by you thinking about it. You have to work whatever you visualize. So in this instance, if you are taking a test, like I said, and you wanted to visualize yourself doing well on that test, you might even draw a picture of yourself now. As I said, this is not really intended for anybody else's eyes. So it doesn't matter if you're a good artist, because that was kind of what my thought process went to when I first read about it. But it doesn't matter what the actual physical drawing looks like. It's the act of you drawing it out. So when you are especially if you are a kinesthetic learner, that means you learn by touching and feeling more so what you are learning about. So if you are doing a visualization technique, this treasure map technique where you are drawing, you think about it and then you draw in detail what you are wanting to bring to fruition. So for example, you may not draw yourself, you might draw a table, a desktop, and then draw something that represents a piece of paper where you are having to write responses and then put the final grade as a 100. So, as I said, the drawing itself is not what is really critical. It's the detail that you have to think about and visualize as you draw. So that's our first technique. It's called the treasure map technique. I hope that makes sense to you. And give me some comments, give me some likes, some love, some all of those kinds of things to let me know that you are still with me. All right, so the next one that we're going to talk about is actually called receptive visualization. And I am trying to make sure that I don't miss anything. So I'm adjusting my notes so that I can still see them. All right, so the receptive technique is similar to um, like going through a movie in your mind of what you want to see. So it is a bit more passive. Now the other one was a little more active because you were drawing, but in this one you will basically lie down, and as I said, it's a more passive approach. So you can close your eyes and try to picture yourself doing the thing that it is that you want to do. So let's say that you are working on dreaming bigger and stepping outside of your box, and there's something that you wanted to do. Maybe zip lining. You haven't been zip lining before. I haven't either, but we've talked about it. It's not that I'm afraid, we just haven't worked it out. But let's say that you wanted to go zip lining and you were afraid of it and you wanted to work through that process and actually go ahead and make an appointment to go. You may get some friends or someone to go with you, but you want to make sure that this is something that you do. So you want to lie down, close your eyes, and picture the scene of where you want to go zip lining. They do it over water, they do it over like greenery. What's the word I'm thinking of? I don't want to say jungle, but it's over land. They do them over a lot of different things. And you have the opportunity to, you could even go online, look at it on a video. I'm sure there's probably some that have been done through somebody's a webcam on somebody's head, where what do you call it, a GoPro or something like that. And you could actually visualize you being the person, and that would help you to be able to feel as if you are doing it. And that tends to take your subconscious to the place of you actually doing it. And so this is a visualization technique where you would want to be able to help yourself to visualize it, to see it, and actually see yourself doing it. So the first one that we talked about was the treasure map technique, and this second one is called the receptive technique. Now, this third one is referred to as the altered memory visualization. Now, I'll be perfectly frank with you. I have not tried this one yet, but it sounds like it will be really beneficial, especially if you have a lot of negative triggers from your past. So, if you have things that come to your mind frequently and you want to have that not happen so much, it's kind of like basically just replacing those negative memories with something positive. And it's not to say that the negative memories did not happen, but if you are able to replace it with something a little more positive over time, the more positive things will stick with you a little more. And so you can practice that. When the triggers come, just think about something that could have been in the scenario. What could have been better? What could have been a better outcome if that had not gone, as negatively as it had? So I hope that these three have begun to give you a little something to think about. As I said, they are visualization techniques, and what we are working on, our theme for the month of September, is your purpose and your calling. And in order to get to that, you have to think about what it is that you want now. What is it that you want for your life now? Who are you? What are the kinds of things that you were looking forward to doing in your life now? Again, I like to emphasize now because this is what you have to work with. If you haven't already done it, it doesn't matter. You can still do it, but you need to put your focus going forward on what you want to do going forward. And I want to share with you that I just, for the month of August, I shared with my viewers my marriage manifestation journal that actually is still available as a download. I have my printed copy here. But it kind of does the same thing where I have prompts in here, and I have all of the videos are live are on my YouTube channel, so you can go back and look at those. If I cover, well, initially I did 1 through 7, and then I decided that was too much for you to try to sit through. So I adjusted it to doing two at a time. But of course, since it's a video, you can, start it and stop it however you want. But I went back to the journaling aspect of it because when you are visualizing and when you are journaling and they work together, you are going to be writing about what the way that you want things to be. So you have to think about it and then think about how would that look for you. So those are the kinds of benefits of journaling and visualizing, because it helps you to create and implement a plan in order to bring whatever it was that you envisioned to fruition. So I hope that you will be joining me all this month. I am actually going to be sharing information about a program that I have coming up in the month of October. It is actually a group coaching program that I have created for you if you are interested in empowering yourself, discovering your truth, and thriving in your midlife marriage. So I do want to go ahead and share with you a little bit about my program, and hopefully you will be able to join me in October. Now, I will share a caveat. This slide that I'm going to show you does have a date on it, but that date is not because it's past, and we didn't have enough participants back then. I would like to start with at least a minimum of 6 people, because I do want you to have an accountability partner. And so in doing that, I would need an even number. So that's why I am saying 6. So what this is, I have a program that is for you if you want to get some strategies to support you in your marriage at the midlife stage. If you want to discover who you are now and learn to love the new you, live the life that you wanted for yourself within your marriage, be able to break through any barriers of limiting beliefs that will possibly prevent you from success in these and other areas. You want to claim your happily married after. I have claimed mine, and you can claim yours. This and so many more things will be available to you if you are a participant in the program. So it is a 6-week program that is called Love Yourself, Love Your Marriage. So I wanted to share a little bit about the program with you. All right, if I can get it to change the screen, hold it here. All right, you guys. Of course, when you are live, things happen and you don't always know why, because this worked a few minutes ago. I'm just trying to advance it to the next. Okay, let me go to tab. All right. Okay, let me stop sharing that and go back to where I was so that you can see me again. All right, so you can see me. And I'm going to try one other way to get. All right. I wanted to give you an overview of the program, but I could not. Let me see if this is going to work. Okay, so hopefully you can see this. Let me go back to where I could see. Okay. All right, so you can see that. So this is basically just sharing a little more information about the program itself to let you see what it's about. Hmm. Okay. It doesn't move it there. Let me try one other thing. Does it move it here? Okay, so hopefully you are seeing this, and I won't know until afterwards because I can't see it. Okay, yes, I think you are seeing it. All right, so let me go back to that. All right, so the program overview is here. So in the first couple of weeks, we will begin discovering who you are now and what makes your heart sing. So many of us are doing and living lives in ways that we are just not enjoying our lives. So that's what we're going to focus on first. Who are you? We're going to create some goals so that we can begin to take the first steps to change those things in your life. The next couple of weeks, we're going to start breaking through those barriers that you have and create your vision. So a lot of times we think, oh, I can't do this or I can't do that. That's not true necessarily. We want you, the reason that you cannot do it may not be a valid reason, which is what I really want to say. So you want to cut away all of the things that are keeping you from progressing. Committing to letting go of these things will help you to have the energy and the vitality that you need in order to live your wildest dreams. The next couple of weeks, we are going to create your vision. Now, in that fourth week, we will create a vision board, and I have a dream sheet that goes along with that in order to help you to focus and figure out where it is you want to go. What direction do you want to take? And so you will have an opportunity to do a vision board. And from there, we will look at the design, taking the inspired action in order to embrace whatever the vision is that you came up with in the weeks before that. So, in this process, we'll be setting healthy new habits that will support you. We're going to create a team, a spark team. This is your support group, people who are there to encourage you and inspire you to achieve what it is that you want in your life and your marriage. You will also have the opportunity to receive 3 bonuses. The 3 bonuses are a marriage manifestation kit that is actually a physical kit of items that are mailed to you. You get a free check in 30 days after the program ends. So, we're going to be starting, the anticipated start date is October the 6th, which will take us into the first 2 weeks of November. So, that would take you basically almost to the end of the year, where you would have an opportunity to check back in with me and see how things were going. And you will also receive a free download of my marriage manifestation journal. So I will be providing you with an opportunity to sign up. It's not, oh, I went up a little too far. So let me stop sharing my screen and see who okay, so I did want to let you know that I will be sharing the link in order for you to sign up in the next week or so. It'll be before then, but I want you to have an opportunity to check in with me and see if there is anything that, if you have any questions about the program, if you are interested in signing up, we of course can do that right away. But I do want to let you know that the program will not begin until October. It's October the 6th is the anticipated start date. So again, thank you so much for following me and staying to the end of my video and watching. If you catch it on the replay, I would like to ask that you let me know that you did when you are able to, when you get to the end, as a let's see, as an indication that you did make it to the end, give me a couple of eyes to show me that you are, it has to do with your vision and that you are looking to try one of those visualization techniques, that this month of September you are going to be working on your purpose and your calling, finding your purpose and your calling. And I would hope that you would allow me to help you in your process along the way. So, again, my name is Deborah Austin of Deborah Austin Coaching. I am so thankful for those of you that are watching. Again, if you're watching the replay, please type in hashtag replay in the comments to let me know that you caught it later. But also, please give me some eyes to let me know that you are ready for visualizing what's coming next for you in your life. If you have any questions, please send me a message. You can look me up on Facebook. I have my Facebook uh, is Deborah Austin Coaching. I also have a Facebook group called Just Us Conversations with Black Women in Midlife Marriage, and you can request to join that as well. So, again, thank you for coming on and staying with me today for my show called Midlife Marriage Magic. And I hope going forward that there will be some interaction, that there will be people coming on, making comments, and sharing information, asking questions, letting us know how things are going for you. So, I'll see you next Sunday at 4. If you would like to join me, I actually do have a few more items coming up. Next Saturday, Saturday the 10th, I will be sharing a masterclass called Your Calling. But if you are on my channel, you will be getting more information about that. So thank you for being here today. Have a wonderful Sunday. And I cannot leave without saying a special happy birthday to my husband, Everett Austin. I call him Rusty. Well, family calls him Rusty. I don't think a whole lot of people know him um, by his given name, but if you know him and love him, you know him as Rusty or you know him as Austin. So take a minute and tell him happy birthday. He's the big 64 today. And thank you, you guys. I'll see you next time. Take care.